Guys, this is Rara Coco, and this is your quick update with ticker symbol SAVA Cassava Science. It's been a while since my last update, but today, boy oh boy, I have a great news for you. Cassava Science has been on consolidation since November of 2021. I saw an uptick, I saw something that will trigger about the ticker symbol SAVA to go up price wise in the next 3 weeks. I have a feeling that it will trigger an uptick because of this information that I just discovered with regards to cassava science. They are all great news, by the way. All right. So pay attention to every details that I'm going to put because this is very analytical and this is very important information that I don't want you to miss. I will do a step-by-step basis with regards to this one, right? And it will accumulate on the uptick trend price-wise. Take a look at this information right here. Right now, the current short interest of free float is 34.68. Please remember that. Current short interest of 13 million, okay? This is very, very high. It's because the outstanding share of cassava science is so small. That's why it's parabolic when cassava science gets upset and wants to uh, wants to do the uptick, the price goes up 100, 150, right? It jumps very, very high. It's because the outstanding share is so small, guys. All right, I want you to pay good attention to that. Okay, right now 13 million cost of borrow minimum is 74.9, very high. Cost of borrow average is 163.6. Cost of borrow max is 259.51%. So at this time, they borrowed about 353.6 to short cassava science. On a regular basis, on a daily basis, I'm going to show you that they are shorting it to consolidate the price of cassava science, to keep the price of cassava science between, I think, $44 and $48. They're trying to keep that price by shorting it on a daily basis. And I'm going to show you that's what's happening here. Now, this is the return share of 629.97, and it's 276. So on a day-to-day basis, they do this. They take 200,000 shares, they put back 500 shares, and then they borrow back 300 shares, and then they return 100,000 shares. They do that on a daily basis, especially when the market is open, so that they can keep the price of cassava science at the same price between 46 to 48 or between 44 to $48, like around that price range. They wanted to stay at that price range, right? And I will show you proof of that on why. The utilization is 99.84. This is great. It just means that there is certain shares that they put out there, all right, in the market. And in the market, everybody, all of these hedge fund short sales and all that, they can borrow that, right? And then use it to short sale cassava science. Now, on that regards, even though it's almost gone, they can also borrow from a different bank, right? The one that's buying cassava science. They can also borrow from a different bank and short Sava, ticker symbol Sava. Okay, so that's for that for utilization. Now, the shares on loan right now is 15.43 million. 15.43 million. That is huge. Guess what? There's only about 40 million share. There's about 40 million share outstanding. And almost 16 million of that 40 million was shorted, meaning I borrowed that stocks that I don't have, short ticker symbol cassava science or Sava, SAVA, so that I can maintain the price, or the short sellers can maintain the price at a consolidation price, okay? Pay attention and I will show you that. Now take a look at this, okay? Shares outstanding, capital IQ. There's only 40 million shares outstanding. shares on loan. Out of 40 million, almost 16 million of that is shorted. That's why when they start paying what they shorted, it will take 3.36 days, and it will be parabolic, and it will be massive because of a short, small float. Always understand that. I will be repeating this on my report on a weekly basis, okay? 40 million. Look at how small that is, all right? Now, let's take a look at this, all right? Take a look at this. As you notice, we are on consolidation phase, okay? From here, take a look. We close at 47.07 cents, okay? This is on November 17. February 1, we close at $46, right? Around that price range, Cassava Science is playing around that price range. How did they do that? How do the short sellers do that? Now, pay really, really good attention to this. Pay really, really good attention. Look at this, right? They consolidate. It's been consolidating at this price. Who is controlling that? The short sellers, the hedge funds, and the market makers. Okay, they want to keep it at that price, especially when they started to win. Lots of money in option. But guess what? The next 4 weeks, open interest in Cassava Science are very, very poor, and nobody is kind of like playing the option on Cassava Science. That's why I suspect that the price of Cassava Science will trigger an uptick starting today, the next day in a few days, an uptick. The price of Cassava Science will go up, okay? Very, very quick. I'm thinking about 50% of Cassava Science will go up. And during that time, they will be returning some of the shares that they've been borrowed, which is 15 million. If you look at that 15 million, right? And then you saw the price of Cassava Science go up very, very high. Okay, look at that 15 million. It goes down a little bit because they start paying what they borrowed. And that does not include phantom shares. That does not include synthetic shares and FTDs. Okay, if you look at the failures to deliver right here, massive failures to deliver. Okay, massive, 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 huge, massive, 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 massive failures to deliver. Try to understand that one, right? When there's a massive failures to deliver, there is massive manipulation in stock. It's because they don't want the retailers to win, the apes, all right? They don't want you to win this money. But guess what? Because of this consolidation right here, it will trigger an uptick right here, right now. It will go up. Price that I'm thinking is going up, and it's starting already on January 28. It started again on January 31, and it started again on February 1. Last 3 days, we are on the green, an indication of reversal, okay? An indication of reversal. And this is what I call these 3 candles here. This is what I call the 3 kings. The 3 kings, the 3 musketeers, they are an indication of a very, very bullish sign in the next 3 or 4 weeks that the price of ticker symbol SAVA will go up. Okay, yes, I am an owner of Cassava Science. Yes, I love Cassava Science. I believe in it. Simulfilm is a great medication for Alzheimer's and dementia. It works, especially they are on stage 3, step 1, step 2. Okay, it works. Why do I know it works? Well, I can't really release that information. It's because I know someone who's in it, and it works. They're doing really, really well. They started to remember their loved one. They started to remember their husband. They started to remember their kids. They started to remember how to open the door. I don't know how did that happen, but that's what they told me. Okay, you don't have to believe me because I'm not a financial advisor. I just have a very strong conviction on SAVA. Okay, now that is going up right here, right? That will trigger an uptick trend. Okay, uptick trend on the price. Now, pay really, really good attention. to the estimated short interest free float. Okay. Look at that. 35% of 40 million, 35% of 40 million is shorted. Now take a look at this. It is almost $15 million is shorted. Okay. Now pay really, really good attention to this. Take a look at this. In order for them to control this consolidation price from $46 to $47, take a look. November 17 till February 1st, November 17, $47 is the closing price. February 1st, closing price is 46. So 46 to $47, right? It's playing around that price range, right? How did they maintain this? By looking at this. It started with this. Shorted. It went up. They short again. It went up again. They shorted again on November 22. They shorted more on November 24. They shorted more and more and more on December 10. They shorted more on December 13. They shorted more on December 15. They shorted more on December 24. They shorted more on December 29. They shorted more on January 25. They keep shorting ticker symbol Sava to maintain this consolidation. Okay? Now, they're in big trouble now. It's about 36% shorted, almost 15 million on a low float share outstanding, which is this one. I'll show you again. Which is this one, 40 million. They keep shorting. Congratulations on all of you who is holding, because there's about a big change that's going to happen with Sava Science. The Uptic roar has been triggered. The sleeping dragon has been awakened. And they cannot do anything about it. They have to pay what they shorted. And that's about to happen on ticker symbol Sava Science. Now, there is still 30,000 only available to borrow in the market to short. That's the one for everybody to borrow. But people who's bought, who's long-term or something with Sava Science, who owns millions of shares, they can also sell that to short sellers, to short the stock. Okay? We are on the short squeeze. Ticker symbol SAVA is number 8, and that's 97.14. Guys, this kind of update, I do it on a weekly basis for Sava Science. Please subscribe so that you get an update. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification button. My name is Rara Coco. Thank you very much for watching. May you have love, peace, and prosperity be with you all.